Mike, how are you?
I'm good, very good.
Good. So, before we're going to talk about the music and everything you've been experiencing the last couple of months, how did you get into music?
I think I started when I was 14 years old, and my dad always listened to like the old kind of house music, like the disco music, and he played the piano as well. And then I played the piano as well because he always teach me like typical tricks and stuff. And then I started producing my own music, and I bought our own DJ set. And yeah, that's how it all started. And then I put my music online, and now we're here.
Yeah, but did you immediately like the house music that your dad played?
Yeah, I think it had an influence on me, but I found my own style, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and most DJs start out DJing first and then start producing afterwards, but I think it was the other way around with you.
I think I did it at the same time. I think, yeah, because I started DJing before I started producing, but like after a month or 2 months, I found out that producing is very important.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So you learned in the beginning from YouTube, right?
Yeah.
How did that work?
Well, I played in my own room, and I searched for some YouTube mixes, and I found out that people are putting their their DJ mixes online, and they film them, they record themselves, and so you can see like how they actually DJing, and that for me was like, oh shit, I have to see that. And I learned a lot from that videos, and how to DJ and how to find your own style, and yeah.
Do you remember one DJ that you watched a lot when you did that?
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I saw a video of someone who had multiple decks and a mixer, and he always did like the same tricks, and I was like, oh, I have to do that as well.
And what was the first song that you uploaded on SoundCloud?
Whoa, I think it was a remix of a track. I think it was by Kalis. I'm not sure which track it was, but it was a remix. It wasn't that good.
Because you started out with bootlegs, right?
Yeah, I started with bootlegs, and yeah, at the beginning it sounded really bad. I don't think I have it on my computer anymore, but yeah, it wasn't that good. But yeah, of course you learn, and you learn how to produce, and you found your own way, and yeah.
And then you got contacted by Spinnin Records?
Yeah, and that was amazing. I finished my school, and for me it was a dream to get signed by a label, for example Spinnin, and yeah, that happened. So it was amazing. Yeah.
And then Sweet and Sour, the song, you produced that song by yourself, am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Completely.
So you weren't allowed at first to tell the world that you were the one who produced the song. Why?
Well, we decided to make it an ID track, so that nobody knew who was behind the track. And so everybody was guessing on the internet, like who is that artist, and it got hyped a bit. And then it's of course insane, and it's amazing to finally tell I'm the artist behind the track, and that you can actually play it in your sets, because I wasn't allowed to play it as well in my sets.
Why not? Because other DJs were allowed to play the song, right?
Yeah, but if I played it, then people like, okay, how did he cut that track? And then it was kind of obvious. But yeah, of course it was amazing to finally tell people it was my track, and to play it and see how people react on it.
How did that song started out?
I think it was the whole idea. I made the whole idea in one day, and then I just built it out to a complete track. But it was a project that wasn't that complicated. So, yeah.
Is it how most of your songs come about? Like not like very quick, or?
No, it depends. Every project is different. there are some projects that took like maybe a couple of days to produce. Some projects were like for a month, and it's very different.
Yeah, and in this music scene that you're in, you have all these different kind of genres, and I think you see yourself in the future house genre.
Yeah, people call it future house. I don't know. It's like I always like to produce music that is energetic, but also like groovy and a bit of swing in it. So it's I'm working on my own style a bit. Yeah, and that's difficult for everyone.
Do you feel like you're still in that process of finding your own sound?
Yeah, well, people say to me like you have your own style, and I'm not sure if I have my own style yet, but maybe.
So you don't know what's the typical Mike Willemsen sound yet?
Yeah, I have like a standard kind of way of producing, of course, but I don't know if that is like the real Mike Willemsen sound. It's for me, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
As an artist.
And maybe it's a little bit hard, but could you maybe explain what your standard way of producing is?
I always like to make a bass line that is a bit different than all the other standard bass lines. That is like a bit groovy and maybe a bit weird, and that makes it maybe different than other tracks. But that's, yeah, I don't know.
Do you immediately know when you are on the right track or when you're off and you're just like, nah, this is not gonna work?
Usually I just work until I have the thing that I have in mind, and if I'm happy with that little note or that small sample, I think, okay, now we have it, and now we have to work it out. And that's the hard part.
Yeah.
And that's the most difficult, to actually work it out to a good complete track.
Yeah, and because you also collaborate with other artists,
yeah,
I can imagine that process is a little bit different.
Yeah, it is. It's always a bit difficult to work with other artists in the same studio. As I speak for myself, because I always like to just lock myself up in a room and just work the whole day on a track. And if you're, of course, when you're with someone else, there's always a kind of distraction, and so you can like send projects through the internet to other people, and they work on it, and then I get it back, and I work on it. So there's like a solution for it.
Yeah, is that how it went when you worked with Justin Milo? I hope I pronounced his name right. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys just send it back and forth?
Yeah, we're actually good friends, and we produce a lot, also in the past. So we see each other a lot, and we hang in the studio as well. And so that's not a problem for me. Yeah. But if it's someone that you don't know that good, that well, so then it's difficult.
Yeah, and of course we can't avoid this, but you also made a track with Tiësto.
Yeah. How
did that go?
That was the same, because Tiësto is touring a lot, and it's difficult to plan actually plan a studio session for one day. So we did it through the internet, and we sent each other stuff through the mail, and yeah, that's how the whole track came. Yeah.
Were you able to tell him like, no, Tiësto, I don't like this?
That's difficult, of course, because Tiësto is so big. But yeah, if I had some small things that I wanted to change, and for him it was okay. And
you just told him?
Yeah, I just told him in a nice way. But yeah, it was really, really awesome to work with him, and he's a really nice guy. Yeah.
Is there something that you learned from him?
Yeah, I learned a lot from him, especially DJing. I play a lot as a support act for him. So he played after me at the evening, and I learned a lot from him, like how to build your whole DJ set, how to the structure of a set of 1 hour, and of course he he does it for so many years, and he's like a legend in the scene, so he knows how to do it.
Yeah. And then one last question. Everyone calls you the future of music. Does that put any pressure on you?
Yeah, of course. There's always pressure on everything in the DJ scene, in the music scene. Like if you release a new track, there's always pressure if people like it. So, yeah.
Any idea when we can expect a new track?
Well, the Tiësto track is coming out soon. There's coming out a solo track as well. Maybe another collab. I can't tell, but there are coming a lot of tracks.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.